Hey, what's up, y'all? Adam Mills Ammunition. Just wanted to put out a little video. Hope you're doing great. Things are going well here. We are coming off of an incredible show. Love all my folks in Raleigh. We just knocked it out of the park. The reception for Mills Ammunition, small veteran-owned ammunition business, making top quality pistol ammunition. We are very blessed to get the reception we get. Thank you so much. Today, I'm kind of getting ready to do a caliber switchover, so that takes a while. I'm going to be running some 45, so to do that, get the retool set up, it takes some time, so putting that off a little bit. But the reason for the video today is Lake City Arsenal. I think this is an exceptionally important topic. Okay, so let's break into it. Some folks probably are very familiar with Lake City, what they do, who they are, and other folks might not have a clue. Maybe they've heard of it. So Lake City Arsenal is a ammunition manufacturer owned by the government in Lake City, Missouri. It was started in 1941 with Remington. That's who managed it originally, and it's been running ever since 1941. It stopped for 5 years right after World War II, and it started back up after that. They have had different companies come in and manage it. Currently, right now, Olin has it, i.e. Winchester. They took it over from Northrop Grumman in 2020. Part of the ammunition crisis that occurred was due to that switchover. Northrop Grumman, my understanding, had not produced a single round of ammunition for like 6 months prior to Winchester taking over. So there was a huge backlog. So we know it is a government-owned, government-run ammunition plant, but it is well, let's say it's government-owned, privately run, okay? And there's lots of stuff there. They do lots of different things. But for the main part, they make small arms ammunition. 5.56, NATO. 7.62, NATO. They do 50 cal. They do 20 millimeter. I'm sure there might be some other ones, but they also manufacture really everything to make ammunition. So they're making cases, they're making, I don't know if they're making powder or not. I would think they are. They're making primers. There's a primer part of the primer plant blew up in 2017, I believe. Making primers is super dangerous, but they make everything there. And there has always been, as part of kind of the contract, there must be some drawbacks to running it. I'm sure, dealing with the government can be a pain in the tail. And there's certainly some drawbacks. So there's always been some sort of advantages that part of the contract has been allowed to occur. And what I mean by that is the government has a contract to make a certain amount of ammunition. Now they can change that, right? They can change it anytime they want, but the deal kind of is that place runs, by the way, so that thing runs 7 days a week, every single hour. It is a non-stop production plant. So once kind of the contract is met, the amount of ammunition that is required by the government is met, that company that's running it, Winchester in this case, can then take that ammunition and they're still manufacturing, and they can sell it to the civilian market, which they've always done. This is nothing new. It's been going on forever and ever in a million years. So that's what Lake City is. There's plenty of other U.S. Army ammunition manufacturing depots. I don't know much about them. I know a little bit about Lake City is what I'm telling you. Anyway, this has been going on for years, and it's a contractual thing. So if the government says, hey, no more, when Biden first came in, that was one of the first things he said, is he wanted civilian sales from Lake City to be stopped, right? They tried to get that done. But contractually, he couldn't do it. There is, whatever needs were being met for production was being met, so anything above that was being allowed to be sold to the civilian marketplace. Now here's the other thing that we need to know. Lake City makes more 5.56 ammo than anywhere else in the world. Okay, now remember, these are NATO cartridges, right? What is a NATO cartridge? Well, a NATO cartridge is a cartridge that all of the NATO countries can use. So we can manufacture 5.56 and it can be used in a French gun. It could be used in a British gun. It can be used in a Spanish gun. Any NATO member, right? It's the same thing with the 308 cartridge, 7.62. It's a NATO cartridge, right? Now there's a little bit of difference between 308s and 7.62. Forget about that. But it's basically the same thing. So, like I said, it is the #1 manufacturer. I used to know the number. They put out a ton of 5.56, a ton. So it is not saying that it's the largest manufacturer of ammunition by a ton, tenfold, who knows, is not surprising that some of these bullets are being used by people that are shooting other people. Because, by the way, just going to throw this out there. Firearms, ammunition is all about terminal ballistics. Don't ever get it twisted. Stopping threats, soft targets, call them whatever you want to call them. That's why bullets are here. That's why guns are here. That's what they do. I've said this in a couple of other videos. Look, cars are built to get you from point A to point B. Period. That's why cars are on the earth. That's why they were built. The fact that people race them or take them off road and go play around with them is a side thing. It's a side effect. They're built to go point A to point B. Just because some fool shoots USPSA, thinks he's some super gunslinger, and he could care less about the Second Amendment, doesn't mean that gun and that ammunition ain't built to stop a threat. It is, period. So it's not very surprising that a bullet and caliber ends up in a gun that shoots someone, and that bullet and caliber is made at Lake City, when they are the #1 manufacturer in the world of said bullet, said caliber, right? That's not surprising to anyone. Well, we have this new gun control czar, gun violence czar, answering to Kamala Harris. Well, there are 20 attorney generals. They wrote a letter, I believe, January 9th. Very little coverage of this, in my opinion, to look into the fact that mass shooters are using Lake City government-made ammunition, and that needs to be investigated. They need to get to the bottom of it. Here's how ignorant these people are, and this is why this video is important. Ammunition has specific purposes. It's better at some things than other things. I'll tell you what I mean. So look at 9mm. You have round nose, you have hollow points. For self-defense, a round nose is probably not what I would choose. Can it stop a threat? 1000%. But a hollow point is much better to use for self-defense needs. Here's the next thing. I'm telling you, there is a difference between self-defense needs and what law enforcement needs. We can go into that a different day, and I love to hear what you have to say in the comments. Those are my favorite. Here's the thing is, the military round that is being produced right now, their newest adaptation of the 5.56, is the M855A1. Okay, this is a steel bullet that is copper jacketed. It is different than the M855 that it replaced. It is a general, it meets the military needs. And it performs as the military needs. Now their problem is they say this is military ammunition. This is military ammunition. Kids, there's no difference between military ammunition and any other ammunition. They all do the same thing. They all do the same thing. But here's an interesting thing. Here's an interesting thing. The military, quote unquote, military ammunition that's coming out of Lake City, it is a very, very general round. It meets what the military needs. Now they need a special general round. First of all, there is zero doubt. Companies like Hornady, Berger, Nosler, there's tons of bullet companies out there that make hunting rounds, make defensive rounds. Look, I'm here to tell you, dude, they're building new bullets and testing technology as we speak right now. And they are working on making better bullets to do specific things. Stop threats, kill animals, whatever you want to call it. But I'm here to tell you, hollow points and other hunting rounds are much better to quote unquote take down soft targets. That's not what the M855A1 is or the M855. That's not what it is. They have a need in the military. First of all, there is laws that we signed. It is called the law that they have to adhere to is the law of armed conflict, which does not allow hollow points. Okay, so that's the first thing. Now here's the problem. Armor-piercing rounds are not very good at neutralizing soft targets, right? And hollow points can't be used. So they have to have a good in-betweener, right? Because from a military perspective, these guys have lots of different targets, right? They're in lots of different environments, and we're trying to find one standard round to meet all these environments. Whether it's a field battle, urban battle, all these needs have to be met. Well, I got news for you. If you really wanted to do something, you wouldn't, and you were say, hey man, I want to get involved in, and I'm doing some bad stuff, right? And you said, if you were an educated person, you said, hey man, I want to find the perfect round. I want to do this the right way. I'm nuts. Dude, you wouldn't pick that round. You would not pick that round. It's not the best tool for the job, right? That's how little they know. They don't even understand what an M855A1 round is. It's a general purpose round. It's not military specific. You could buy all kinds of stuff, all kinds of bullets from Hornady or anywhere else that could do a lot better stopping soft targets. A ton better stopping soft targets. Period. These are facts. Here's the problem. I hope you've stayed this long. Here's the problem. This is why this is a thing. And I know this is getting long, but here's why this is a thing. More people own AR-type platform guns in America today than ever. It's pretty easy to say. It has only gotten more popular and more popular and more popular. Now, again, the most popular cartridge to shoot in an AR platform is the 5.56. That is made by Lake City. That is the problem. These attorney generals, these leftist freaks, know that these rounds could come back out. And the fact that they're made by the government, that scares them. See, because back in the day, when they created the constitutions, the Bill of Rights, all these federal documents that we live by, those folks knew, man. Those folks knew that they had just done something. They had just taken America from the British. They found a corrupt government, and they wanted to put a stop to it. They wanted to put the government in check. That's what the Second Amendment's for. And people could never ever think possibly that would ever happen, right? It was so distant. But the Founding Fathers wanted to make sure that if the government got sideways, that they could be checked. That's what the Second Amendment's for. Now the problem is that all these ARs are out there, and all these 5.56s are out there. They see that as a problem. I see that as a beautiful thing. Not just for an AR, not just for a 5.56 caliber. I think it's great that Americans own guns. I hope they own plenty of them. In this country, that's what it's all about. We have the First Amendment because of the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment protects the First Amendment. On down the road, it's a system of checks and balances. I'm 52 years old. When I grew up, man, people used to get checked, right? You can only say so many things before someone knocked your nose off, dude. It's the way it was. That's what the Second Amendment's out there for. That's why these attorney generals are freaking out. And this isn't something new. They've been trying to shut down Lake City civilians' ammunition sales for years and years and years. So put down in your comments below what you think. Thanks for watching. I know this thing got a little bit long, but I think it's an important video, and I think it's interesting that this is kind of going underneath the rug. I'll attach some articles, the hyperlinks to the articles below, but they're all leftist garbage. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, tell your friends. Well, we're out of hats, but we got a lot of cool shirts, so come check us out, millsammunition.com. Love you.